Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. He's Daniel.
I'm Daniel.
Wow. Just completely blow past the introduction of your co-host. Wow.
They know who you are.
Wow.
We don't need to do that shit.
And so I throw it to you and I introduce you with like graciousness, and then you just double down. Like, oh yeah, it's me, definitely me, doubling on me.
Look, let's be honest.
Wow.
I forgot your name. I was waiting for someone else to come in here and introduce themselves.
Right.
So that you would say it out loud and I would remember and it wouldn't be awkward.
Which is you know what?
But you've now made it a thing.
My wife doesn't watch these, so it's fine. That is, without exaggeration, the best thing about being married.
Oh, you can be like, hey, go introduce yourself to that person.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
I don't remember who
where
they
everybody's like, oh, man, how are you? Well, this is my wife, Brandy. And she goes, hi, I'm Brandy.
Like, oh, I'm John. You're like, yes,
Yeah,
John.
got it.
Okay.
Got it.
This is a gift from someone. Where's the name?
His name is Triticale Whisk. Oh,
Well, I threw away the notes by accident because I was ahead of the curve.
it's not on the.
So now I need to look it up again.
So it's, well, we do this. 80 proof, 40% ABV. Oregon Grain Growers brand distillery. So Oregon Grain Growers made a distillery?
William, that's why I didn't write it down. It's William Schappert. Because I knew.
Damn it!
Yeah, so these guys are in Pendleton, Oregon, and
Okay.
they are very serious about, doing these experiments where first they come up with an idea, then they test it on a tiny still and see how it goes, and then they scale up to a bigger still, and then if the reception of it's really well, then they add it to their main line.
That sounds somewhat familiar, Daniel.
Yeah.
Huh.
But this is a Triticale, Triticale.
Don't say, don't.
Is the correct pronunciation of that grain.
You did it.
Triticale.
I mean, it is light in the color.
Yeah.
I'm assuming youngness?
Yes, this is going to be young. This is this is the where's the research and development
Proof
division.
to the floor, young. What do we got?
I can't find a date.
Well, what the hell,
So
research?
who knows, researchers?
I demand a spreadsheet with all of your data. Do you say data or data?
I say data.
So do I. I don't know why I said data. It felt weird. It felt weird.
No, I think I've done
weird
both,
in the mouth.
actually.
Weird in the mouth saying data. And I say data because
Pulling up my notes right here.
next generation, baby. Research and development division. Okay, they're leaning hard into this R&D,
really are.
R&D vibe.
They really are.
Yeah.
They use their own classic whiskey yeast that they did, then double distilled. And they said the unaged spirit has a vanilla, vanilla wheat and cardamom finish. So they put it in oak at 120 proof instead of 125.
Okay.
And 2 years old.
Great.
It's a rye hybrid, right?
Okay.
Triticale.
All right. It says, oh, the madness. This product is an experiment in distilling based in sound science with verifiable, and may we say tasty results. Thorough analysis concludes additional research may be necessary. So they are leaning heavy into the R&D vibe. Perfection through research, OGGBD, experimental laboratory, observation, research, hypothesis, experiment, analysis, conclusion, scientific method. Yeah. So they're going into like the science of whiskey type of deal. Now, already what's surprising, you had just experienced it too.
Yeah, low cut.
Proof to the floor, put your nose in here.
Pungent.
Wow, jumping out of that glass.
That's a low cut, man.
So what is it about that nose that you're saying this is going into the tails?
I think they went into the tails. It has this grain forward, musty, damp note.
It's a funky grain.
Not quiet so far into the tails that you get to like wet paper and cardboard.
Yeah, it doesn't go...
But far enough that they caught legitimate low, like, esters and oils.
So there's a lot of character and body and funk that lives in the tails. And you often like character and heft and body and funk, but what is it about this that you're not feeling?
It's sour.
Okay.
Smell it and it's slightly sour. You see what I mean?
Slightly.
It's just a hint.
Yeah.
But it's got a round sweetness with a sour tinge.
So I'm gonna say right now, this Whether or not this is like a branding exercise with research, scientific method, all that, or if they really are just nerds going through and doing data-driven experiments, right. I have no idea. What I am interested in, this is already proof to the floor,
Yeah.
Put your nose in it. Wait
Dramatic.
a minute. This is a funky adventure. And okay, you know how I likes me's a funky adventure.
Palate is okay.
Yeah, it's slightly less funky on the nose.
I think the 2 years let the barrel bring the vanilla notes into that funk.
Slight vanilla.
But it just didn't catch the nose enough yet.
Did you say you found 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
You said 2 years? Okay. Still 2 years.
It's really light.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's used oak. Although it is Oregon, it's a lighter climate. And then Texas heat. I don't mind the palate. It's just sort of a simple sweetness and a softness. You know, no real dryness.
The wood.
No real finish.
The wood is what shows up more. I get that funky adventure of like the grain element on the nose. On the taste, that's when the wood starts to show up and come into its own.
Yeah.
And that is like an antique wood for me.
Yeah.
Antique store vibe, old wood, worn by a lot of usage.
Man, I want to love it more because I love it when people are taking things that seriously.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
But I just am not a fan.
Hold on, though. Hold on.
No, don't argue with my subjective opinion.
I didn't tell you to do anything other than hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not the boss of me. I don't have to hold on. I can do whatever I want.
So again,
whenever I want to do it.
Context, because I always forget, but I usually forget, but I do try and keep in mind context. And so with the previous, I'm not sure what order these came in, but there was like a celebrity whiskey.
Right.
He was going for smoothness. It's like, well, he got smoothness.
We both agreed on that one.
He got smoothness and he got some robust flavors. The nose was nothing. The taste was like, oh, shut up.
Right.
This though, if they are genuinely doing
weird exploration,
experimental stuff, you can't hold an experimental release as something that is presented as this is great, this is good.
No. So here's the thing. I think they could have gotten something better with a more narrow cut.
Okay, so you are taking issue with the cut because you were confident they went too far into the tails.
Yeah, I mean that's very subjective, but yes. Okay. I think we would have gotten a better representation of their experiment with a narrower cut.
Okay, now the question becomes, I think if these guys are hardcore doing experimental stuff, you know what they would make available? Their cut data.
Yeah, which we are about to do.
Okay, well I'm not trying to, I was not setting it up for a one-up. You know what, put aside what, damn it dude, why? Why would you create that dynamic?
I know,
But I'm saying, if people could see, here's the run for this distillation, here's where we made the cut. You could see, did they make it early? Did they make it late?
And look, in Scotland, they will often make lower cuts to collect things like peat smoke and things like that.
Yeah.
But
that's where the smoke lives.
They have more time
to
age out the things that lower cut puts in there that you don't want.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're making their cut charts available. I doubt you got to that part of the research. But if they are doing that, holy hell, these guys are really doing some experimental stuff. And whatever the result is, we're going to put it out there. You think they went too deep into the details? I am going to defer to you. That, though, I appreciate the funkiness of it, but I think you are right. They probably would have found something with a little bit more of a broad appeal if they went narrower into the hearts there. Okay, we have Uncle Mikey's World. Have you thought of elevating the flavored vodka game by finishing Silly Goose in port sherry barrels? So the flavored vodka stuff.
Yeah. We hadn't thought about other barrels yet.
No, we haven't thought. We just did like the barrel-aged vodka, which turned into this charred vanilla.
Yeah.
It's like crisped up creme brulee.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the finish, that's interesting. Yeah. That's not how most people are doing flavored vodka, though.
No, they're doing flavored vodkas, not barrel-finished vodkas.
Right, which could give us
a unique entry into the vodka world.
It would, again.
If that's how we want to make our mark as a whiskey distillery.
How
Barrel Whiskey, most famous for their aged vodka and aged gin.
Right.
Their whiskey, no one can get it.
It used to be the Crowder Barrel Whiskey Company. It's the Crowder Barrel Company.
Aged company.
Crowder Barrel Company.
We aged things.
Tim Edmonds, public service announcement establishing a pose with ascension music without proper stretching could damage your grundle.
That's true. When you lift the leg to make your moment with the shorts,
yeah,
you got to stretch first.
So the jeans are getting worse, right? And because I sit for a living, the cut's really high.
Oh, does it cut off circulation and like leave marks in your leg?
Well, no, I'm saying like if I was a rough and tumble lad with
you'd be below the knee.
Yeah, it would be down in here. But now you see like my lower thigh.
Yeah.
That's not cool. And then you see the upper thigh right here.
Tasty.
Yeah, I need some. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, fight for it.
Wait, was there another thing?
Nope.
If you steal, make you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink,
may you drink with us.